Welcome back, everybody, and we are ready for the final match of Group A. It is Vitality taking on G2 Esports. We were just looking over to the left. We're still kind of shocked that S&W is playing the ones over there. So A-Stream's kind of cooking at the same time as we are. And Team Vitality and G2, well, they're just looking for pure survival.
No, I think the A stream's sort of on the entree, but this is the main course right here. I think the B stream has just turned into the mainstream. G2 taking on Vitality, loser goes home. NA versus EU, best team in the world in the lower bracket. G2 coming off a tough loss against Oxygen as well. Can they bounce back? This is going to be everything on the line. And I'll tell you what, this is a lovely little B stream matchup for the boys, Shogun.
Yeah, and for G2, I mean, it's the thing I'm going to keep saying. The glass half full of, yes, you're against Vitality, but you've got the same chance everyone else has. Can you be the first team to eliminate this Vitality roster from a tournament? Well, we're going to find out very quickly. We are already in. Predictions real quick, Vitality.
I'll tell you what, the mainstream fluff around a little bit, but we just hop straight in, and I've got Vitality as well.
We're here for the purists.
We are for the pure Rocket League fans. There's no talking. There's no analysis. What is that? We're all about the play-by-play here, and here is Zen with the flip reset. Still got a little bit of boost. Chicago has been that midfield intercept man. Zen misses the redirect. Vitality on the attack early. Gee whiz, there's no rest for the wicket here, Shogun.
This is the stream right here where it's the equivalent of that guy where you don't say GG, you don't wait around after the game is finished. You just, as soon as the ball hits the floor, press start, leave game. Getting into the next one. Gotta go.
Efficiency. Efficiency is king. And right now, Vitality all over the offense. G2 having to play a lot of defense early. JNAP's almost catching it out there, but Redosin with a great beat out with the flip as well. Hands it off to Alpha. One more, two more. Atomic with the clear. Redosin's lurking. Zen has to back all the way to the other end because JNAPS is up. Gets one, gets two. Zen meets him in the air.
Now Redosin trying to put the pressure on early. You can just see he's loitering. He's waiting around. He's forcing the pace. Vitality, though, they have been a little bit vulnerable in the freeze game, and now their opportunity is against them. And Alpha, he's gone for the in-and-out save so often. This one has not worked.
Yeah, JNAPS is, as I said, the laser-guided missile has been a bit offline, but this time it works out off the crossbar, forces Alpha to try and respect the shot. And in the end, it means Chicago has an open net. He can go anywhere as long as it's not down the middle. Great shot. G2 get the first. And as Snasky said in the interview after that Oxygen win, G2 need to win all of the threes games just about if they want to win this series. The ones and twos, Vitality have it on lockdown.
It's about the most harsh win condition I think I've heard. Just beat the 3v3 world champions every single time in threes. Also, they get like a 7-minute timeout between every single one of those matches.
It's a bit rough, but anything's possible. This G2 lineup, they can move mountains, I'm sure. They'll be ready for this one. Redosin now. Trying to get a goal back for Vitality. JNAP's right there. Zen now up in the air. Chicago's pre-jump. Gets the 50 out. It's right now. Off the roof. One more. Goes low flip. Fakes it out. Is anyone there? G2 flailing. Atomic's been faked out by Redosin. An impressive display of no one really touching the ball.
My childhood told me that when you play Pokemon and you use Flail, it doesn't do anything. I feel like it just did something.
The fake on the fake on the fake. Everyone on both sides.
The power of doing nothing at all.
The power of doing nothing is so crucial. As JNAP's careful, I saw Zen do that at Worlds. That goal is a little bit closer than you think sometimes, but let's put that one to the sideboard. Another miss. G2's in trouble. It's rolling into their net. Atomic just pitches it off the side post. G2 in trouble now.
That's actually an incredible save from Atomic because it's one that it's difficult to see when you've got it skimming that close to the crossbar. It's very difficult to peer through and make the read as to whether or not that's going to be heading towards you. So he did incredibly well. Would have been a little bit embarrassing if it got through, as now we go back to the ceiling. I'm just waiting. Alpha's going to try it at some point. He's going to take that ball up the ceiling. He's going to try and bounce dribble it. Zen in the upper hand is just going to go for it. And then the follow-up. Alpha didn't need to get fancy.
If Zen didn't hit that, Alpha has a follow, and that's exactly what happened there. Gets one, misses the second, but JNAPS is gone. Had to respect the double. Couldn't get a touch on it, couldn't get anything on it. Alpha clean up, Vitality get the lead. Not long left now. G2 have to step up because Vitality is getting better and better as time goes on in this threes game.
Good win there by Redos. So fast. Now Alpha to himself off the wall. It's just going to trickle across to a defender. Time is running out quickly, and Redoson's kind of scuffed the hit. And got away with it. G2 not in position to take advantage. The infield was caught. Redoson, good touch from him again. Now the drop down pass. Zen saw it coming. Intercepted, and now all up against it. JNAPS will be happy to see Alpha kind of just gave the ball to him.
Yeah, he tried to get a little bit fancy. Didn't work. JNAPS fight. Cross, huge whiff. Not on net. He's wide from Atomic this time. As Alpha just launches it downfield. JNAPS ready. End-to-end Rocket League. It's a little bit of volleyball at the moment, and I don't mind it.
It's certainly something that Vitality will be happy with as well, because it's so much time wasted off the clock. G2 have realized that. Know that they've got to keep the ball under their own possession. Oh, and that's just across the face of goal. 20 seconds. Chicago with Zen waiting, loitering, desperate to get a hold of it, but now gone past, not even off the bump. Zen's continue moving on. 14 seconds. G2 need a play.
They have to go. They don't want to go to the ones and twos. They can't rely on that. Vitality's so good every game mode. JNAPS, what can he do? It's still or die. Where's the follow-up? Is anyone there from G2? Zen is going to try and put this one down. Ball still in the air. Chicago's bottle. G2 have to keep it up. Redoson puts it down. Vitality win game one, win the threes. And G2 have to decide to send Atomic into the ones. Or do they play the twos?
It's the impossible choice now. It's so difficult, but they've got to come up with something. And a little bit of breaking news for you here, CJ.
Yes.
Monkeys have eliminated Twisted Minds.
Wow. Wow. That's huge for the club awards as well here at Gamers8, but that is just another story of the European region being pretty good at Rocket League. But over on this side of things, on the main stream, we're going to call this, at least for this series, 2v2 is the game mode selected by G2, and we're going to have JNAPS and Atomic, the same lineup that they went against Oxygen, against Alpha and Zen.
I'm not convinced anymore. Like, it felt like a wild way of saying this is the win condition of winning all the threes, but now that we're here, it feels really truthful, doesn't it? Like, we've seen just how good Alpha and Zen are at the twos. JNAPS and Atomic, they weren't quite to the same level against Oxygen, and now they've got Alpha and Zen to deal with. It's not getting any easier for them.
It's going to be very tough, but they have to win a twos or a ones if they want to win this series, and I dare say the twos is going to be easier of a task, but the fakes are coming through from Zen. Gee whiz, if this is an easy task, I don't want to see what a hard one looks like. Alpha gets the first. This might be all over Red Rover.
It's so difficult to take on the French in twos. And Team Vitality look to prove that to be the case. They've got the opening goal, one of the many that we will add to our pile of opening 10-second goals in a game. Now Alpha taking the first-time shot. And this is where Vitality's ability, and it's something that I feel like they do better than any other team, where they can sell the idea that they're taking the play on all the way up until the last moment where they reveal, actually, we're just leaving the ball. We're faking you out. We're letting it just continue on. And in twos, that becomes so prevalent because G2 have got to make decisions early. Oh my goodness.
What a read.
Goodness.
Alpha just ready for the clear from JNAPS. This is just positioning at its best. Ready for the touch. Knew Zen was going to fire the shot. In case JNAPS gets there, Alpha's ready. I mean, Atomic and JNAPS in any other ranked game would look unstoppable. But Vitality showing that there's levels to this game. And the teamwork that they put on display, the mechanics, the individual ability, everything is just absolutely world-class. G2, though, could get one back. Alpha pre-jump the save.
And Alpha is up against... Oh, is Alpha coming in now? But it's one of those things, I feel like for people that are just starting to watch this, they're thinking, well, how on earth have Zen and Alpha got this level of chemistry? They've only been teaming, you know, since the start of the split. It's just not the case. Zen and Alpha have been playing together for years at this point. That's all they do over in the French community. But Zen will happily solo if he has to.
I want to go early here, Shogun. It's party time. Zen doing whatever he wants, gets past the ball, gets rid of JNAPS. 3-0. G2 yet to trouble the scorer. And Vitality cruising their way to potentially match point back to the 3v3.
This has been very rough, and it's almost something for them. It just feels like G2 need a massive win in order to even get a goal here, but for Team Vitality, they can slice them apart with barely any resistance.
It's getting a little bit... It's getting a little bit scary at this point. It's one-way traffic right now for Vitality. 4 goals on the board. It's minute 40 gone in this game. And just here he is against Zen. Faking it out, leaving it for Alpha, but it's meant that he's now at a one-on-one with JNAPS. He has to get to work. Double commit from Vitality. A first little bit of a mistake, but a double chain dash. Means that Alpha can get to the ball. Zen's going to run it back and try and just control this one. Try and win some possession and get their 5th goal. Or is it going to be the first for G2? Bumps coming through. Great shot from Atomic. There we go. First on the ball.
Hey, let's see if we've seen this one before. Alpha tried the in and out save, realized that he was under pressure. And Atomic recognized that so early on. So you can kind of, whenever you see someone go for the in and out save, there are areas in the goal that have just become undefendable. And if you can find those spots, there's no way the goalkeeper can get to it. So well played by JNAPS. And Vitality... Oh, they're very upset. Okay, they're even more upset now, aren't they?
Alpha just couldn't quite get that one as Zen was almost hitting the double demo. Does fake out JNAPS and one more. And once again, playing with his Voodoo touch here. Atomic gets a good clear downfield though. JNAPS is right there. Zen just so fast. Right on the ball. Atomic trying to get one back for G2, but there is Alpha 54 ready to go again. We've got half a game left. G2 need 3.
I really want to highlight here is more than anything else on Vitality, especially in the twos, how not only are they playing fast, wait a minute, let's see if JNAPS can create something. They've got the jump, and that is now the lead cut in half. Right, well, Vitality, I'm going to talk about what you did really good after you score another goal. Until then, compliment rescinded.
Here we go. G2 starting to get to work. I'm starting to sit a little bit closer in my chair now. 2-goal margin. G2 clawing it back. They've got a couple on the board. JNAPS can win the kickoff as well, but he misses the boost. Has to go back. Alpha gets possession. That's a costly miss there from JNAPS. Alpha now works around 1. Tries to get the bump. JNAPS is there. Atomic's already up. So is Zen.
Alpha over to the corner. JNAPS plenty of boost, but he's also not got a willing dance partner to try and challenge him. As they've got another 2v1, JNAPS chasing down Alpha, who's done so well.
Dodges the demo and gets the save. Pinches it off the post. Now gets a chance of his own over the top, but Atomic's there off the ceiling. Trying to dunk Zen. Oh, this is trouble for JNAPS. He goes high, goes for the block, does get it. JNAPS does very well in defense.
Alpha had the read off the backboard, tried to do exactly what Zen did against KC. The ball taken away a little bit too early. Zen on the reset, and there is number 5. All right, the compliment can happen in about 10 seconds, but CJ, break this one down for us.
JNAPS just handed that one to Zen, and he did the rest. Once he had the reset, Atomic had to back up, respect the flip. But the power, the shot was too much, and now Shogun, please pump up Team Vitality.
Okay, can we talk about... No, we can't. No, it's rescinded again.
Maybe next time.
We'll give it a moment. We'll give it a moment. The compliment will happen.
I'll put that on ice. We'll talk about this kickoff goal. JNAPS has just run through Vitality's defense, Vitality's kickoff, walks that one through. The Vitality compliments can wait for another day because we've still got 2-goal margin.
It feels like a joke at this point that, you know, everyone's just like, oh, we'll get to that in a moment, all right? And then I just feel like I'm going to say it and everyone's going to go, oh, that was not worth the wait.
It's, I cannot wait for you to give us a little spiel about Vitality, and this could be it right here. Here we go. JNaps, can he call the margin back to 1? Alpha's pre-jump, blocks it out. JNaps looking for bumps, looking for boost. Does get the boost, doesn't get the bump. JNaps beats it out. Alpha's in trouble. Sidewall. Zen's recovered as well. Double commit Vitality. Zen launches it downfield. An opportunity for G2 gone begging.
Oh, and Zen's looked for JNaps. JNaps leapfrogs him. Now he's up against Alpha. Has to play early because he knows Zen's not back yet. Well, I'm going to throw the compliment out the window. I'm going to send it over to G2. JNaps could not have played this any better.
Nah, the old boy still got it, baby. Here we go. 32 seconds. G2, 4-0 down, have brought it back to 5-4. And they are a chance. They have to win this game if they want to take Vitality out, send them home in Gamers8.
Zen to Alpha. Touch was a bit wayward. 22 seconds. G2 can work from here. Huge challenge from Alpha. And Zen, all he knows is getting challenged. Had to go early. Did not want to get bumped. 10 seconds. G2 will have possession of the ball. Or do they? Zen's actually just gone first time shot.
Yeah, Tommy's still here, though. This is it. They have to keep the ball up. It's going to bounce. It's still up in the air, but Alpha gets it down. Vitality take the all-important 2v2, meaning that even if G2 win Game 3, stay alive, they have to face Zen in ones. This is Vitality's game to really take this one. Now, they're in the driver's seat. G2, well, they got close, but that 4-goal lead at the start for Vitality was too much to claw back in the end.
Yeah, absolutely was. And now G2 have got to win 2 threes games, and they've got to beat Zen in the 1v1. You know, nothing too much to ask from them, as... this is going to be difficult. We can't sugarcoat this. This is going to be a very, very difficult task. And as far as Vitality are concerned, they don't even want to see the ones game. It's time to get the job done.
Yeah, they want to just lock this one out in the 3v3. And obviously that's what we're going back to here. G2, as Snasky said in the interview, they would have to really win all of the threes games. They dropped the first one. They went to the twos. They almost leveled the ledger there in the 2v2 format. It was a great display. It was for mine a lot better of a performance, a lot stronger than the 2v2 game against Oxygen, against Archie and Jorius there from JNaps and Atomic. But Chicago, it's his time to shine. Back in the threes, he's been in free play. Sathu, what has he got? They need to win this game.
Certainly do. G2 Esports staring down at a group stage elimination. Oxygen qualified in the upper bracket. Here we go. It's Zen starting us off. Goes for the ceiling, and I feel like the moment you get Zen over there, you could already see Atomic just go, I'm going on the backboard. You're not having this. It's not going on. You're not scoring that one against me.
Man, they're just so good defensively and offensively. Is Team Vitality. Here we are again, working it forward. JNap's doing well, and, well, Vitality are so comfortable right now. After their first 2 series wins in the lower bracket, they dismantled the Gladiators, and then, obviously, we saw what they did against Optic Gaming. They're looking to send another North American team home. They're not only the North American Slayers, Team Vitality Shogun, I think they're just the world's Slayers, bar Oxygen.
Yes, and that would be maybe a team that they can have revenge on later on. I think that would have to be in the finals, though. If they want to get that one back.
Oh, Zen.
Oh, Zen! That was double commit, double the chance to stop him. You can see the level of respect Zen is getting every time he's up in the air, and how much boost has now been wasted. G2 are flailing. Radosin decided not to go. That might have actually given G2 a bit of breathing room. They're now out.
Psycho from Zen to potentially, he went for it. Didn't quite get it. More demos. They are so physical right now. This Team Vitality, it's ridiculous. G2 just look just like statues in net. So stagnant, they can't get anything going. They're losing the boost, they're losing the bumps. Finally, they get it out.
It's popped out very nicely, and G2 will try and take the chance. We'll commit this time from Zen and Radosin. They both recover. Very nice from Radosin into the midfield. Nobody wants to challenge him. And Radosin's making an awful lot of distance with no real fight back. G2 do at least scramble to get the ball back. Maybe next time need to send somebody. Otherwise, that transition gets a little bit too easy for Vitality.
The positive is, though, still tie ball game. As most of the time, Vitality's just score in 10 seconds. So there's a positive for G2. They've got that level tied game that they wanted. It's what we saw against Oxygen. The scores were level until G2 found that window. Won that game 1-0. See if they can do it here against Vitality.
Oh, and this is the opportunity. Oh, okay. Well, the demo kind of came out of nowhere. I was got a little bit jump scared by that one, CJ, as we were on Alpha's camera, and then we certainly were not.
It was J-Nabs walking through. Atomic got demoed as well there, but an opportunity out of nowhere. Half a game left. G2 did score early, though, against Vitality in game number 1, and we saw how that one finished. So there's still a lot of time on the clock. Let's see what Zen can do.
Atomic's got a little bit too antsy when it comes to that Zen play. He tried to pre-jump to make it to the ceiling, and Zen just took it underneath him.
That's what happens. The best players not only get respected so much, but they just expect just anything could possibly happen, and it only plays into their favor. There's Radosin leveling it up. Come on.
Radosin was taking no prisoners with that shot, was he? That was absolutely lethal. Caught it at the perfect spot, slid it between two players. We're both rooted to the ground. G2 did not get much time to celebrate their goal lead. It's time to go and claim another. Okay. I would like to think that was called, but there's no way anyone was that confident.
No, that was very, very interesting play there, but more midfield game. Zen, space, double commit. Everyone goes. When Zen hits the ball, 3 people from G2, they're up there pre-jumping already. I like it. Clearly, Sathu, bit of a directive from him. We cannot respect him. We have to challenge early. Knock him off the ball, not give him space, make him uncomfortable, but so far, Zen's teammates have been helping him out, rallying the troops, and Vitality have the control.
Yeah, they don't want to let him cook. G2, every single time Zen's on the ball, just turn off the stove. Here is Alpha now. Into the midfield. Plenty of time for Zen to go for. He gets the pass to Alpha, who tries to lay it back over.
Oh.
They played that so early to try and go for the 1-2. Didn't quite work out. You can see how confident Vitality are still feeling.
That would have been the best goal I've ever seen if Zen could get back to that one. It was a great pass up to Alpha, and Alpha almost found him off the backboard, but more attack here from Vitality. Radosin working it up, and this is where they just look for the bumps, look for demos, and just suffocate this G2 defense as more clears come through, but they're losing possession pretty easily here, G2. Chicago needs to land on this one. He does get a good demo. Alpha trying to work the ball around Atomic. Great pass across. Zen just cuts everything off.
Now Zen, first time shot, and Chicago almost got a bit surprised by that one. Double commit yet again. Chicago on the recovery. Does beat Alpha to the ball. Atomic with a little bit of time to work with. I think he was almost kind of surprised by that fact. Ready play for the outplay. Dosin towards the backboard now. Moves the ball out of the way of Alpha, who tries to pinch. And it looks like overtime might be required.
Yeah, Alpha's still going for every goal under the sun. He's trying to get that highlight clip as well as send Vitality through to the playoffs. Obviously, we saw what Oxygen did, getting the #1 seed of Group A's. He's going to be Chicago. Can he steal the game here? Goes low 50. No, Alpha's there. Atomic keeping the ball in. G2, this is their best chance. She's out of the way. J-Nabs has to go, does so. Zen's there. It could be open. Can J-Nabs get a bump trying to fake Radosin, but Radosin doesn't buy any of it.
Yeah, Radosin was always just going to go for the ball. And now Zen off the backboard. Oh, he's got a second touch that he didn't want. Off the side. Alpha challenged early by Atomic, who has got Chicago coming over to try and help out. Now that whiff, and that might be costly. Alpha eliminates the goalkeeper and eliminate G2 from the tournament.
Team Vitality sweep G2 in stunning fashion. They lost early on to Oxygen, but they move on in fine fashion in the lower bracket. 3 wins on the trot today. Gladiators, Optic, and G2 stood in their way, but they did not drop a single game along the way. Day 2 is all about team vitality, and G2 will be going home. They managed to get along in the bracket. They'll be collecting a nice bit of cash along the way, but they'll be disappointed not to make the playoffs with G2. But I mean, you're facing Team Vitality, Shogun. What do you do in this format? What do you, ladies and gentlemen watching at home, what do you do against Vitality in a crew battles format? And how did Oxygen beat them? I still don't understand how Oxygen beat them. It doesn't make sense.
It was one of those ones where the news trickled over to us because we were overdoing this stream and absolutely shocked us. And that does also now mean that Europe is guaranteed at least 3 teams in the playoffs already. Reason being for that is because BDS and Gen G are about to play. Whoever wins that moves on, obviously. Whoever loses it will play Monkeys in the lower. So even if Gen G win there, it will then still be Europe versus Europe to try and claim a 3rd spot over in the playoffs. So yeah, format seems to be suiting certain regions that we were expecting to play well, kind of the way we were seeing it going. But for Vitality, bounce back to where they should be. And not for the first time we've seen sort of a favorite team lose early. And he's just here. Of course he's just here. We already know it's Farah, and he's decided to join us yet again.
Hello again. Hello again. It's been a while, right?
Hello. What's changed with you over the last, I don't know, 30 minutes?
We won.
Fair up.
Certainly did.
I mean, that was... What's happened today? You guys have you haven't dropped a single game. What did you wake up? Did you have a good breakfast? Did you go to the buffet with the team? You know, did you get some food in? Because you guys are locked in. This is a world champs Vitality lineup.
Nah, not enough time to go to breakfast this morning. But yeah, we woke up. We were feeling, really sad about yesterday because I feel like the guys didn't realize how a loss would impact them, but it impacted them quite a lot. So they were really hungry to, come out and play really hard today. And yeah, everything was there today. The motivation, everything, and also the little bit of good luck. Like we could have lost a couple games today. I'm thinking about like one against Optic, but overall I feel like we were the better team today. So we won. We're in quarterfinals, and the loss yesterday is already forgotten. So all good.
And let's talk a little bit about how the team has responded to that loss from yesterday. Does that make you happy from a coach's perspective, where you don't really have to do too much work when this team loses to rally them again? They just want to get back in and they want to right the wrong.
No, I have to do a lot of work because I don't want them to feel too sad or like be too angry. It doesn't seem like it because we keep winning, so it looks easy, right? But we can lose, and we might lose one day again. Hopefully not this weekend, but it will happen, and we have the right to lose, and they have to accept that. But it makes them pretty angry. So when we lose, we know we can bounce back pretty hard. It's already happened. I mean, every time we lost, we bounced back every time. So we were feeling really confident today, and I'm glad today went smoothly.
We've seen other teams, Farah, sort of change up their lineup in 2v2 or 1v1. I want to ask, is there any chance we can see Radosin in a 2v2? Is there any world where he's just feeling it and he's hot and he says, get me in there?
There is definitely chances, and before the event he was gonna play twos, but we changed our mind at the last minute. So there is a chance tomorrow. There is a chance on the final day. It will depend on everything. We keep it to day, according to how a player is feeling.
And final question for you. Tomorrow, you are going to be playing against the Group D first place. You've already got one perfect prediction for us on the broadcast. Let's get a second one, shall we? Version 1 or Rule 1, who will you be meeting in the quarterfinals?
I think it's going to be Rule 1.
Okay. Okay, awesome. Well, we will let the Oracle move on and go and get everyone ready and enjoy the rest of your day. You can maybe go and meet up with Snasky and just enjoy everyone else fighting to try and make it into the playoffs. But congratulations to you, my friend.
Thank you. And see you tomorrow, hopefully.
He always says hopefully. I like it. He always says that, Barry.
I love this, like, the humbleness
cheeky.
of this team. I mean, a little bit behind the scenes. I mean, I had a chance to speak to Zen at the World Championships, and he was sort of asking, like, oh, who's casting Grand Finals? I was like, yeah, I'm going to be over there, and hopefully, we'll see you guys over. And he was like, oh, you think so? Like, what do you mean you think so? Like, yes, I think you're going to make it to the Grand Finals, dude. So, I mean, it's a team that clearly wants to continue to achieve, and it's nice to see a team win a world championship, and it's not letting them settle. They want to keep adding the accolades.
It's just like a team that is so humble but also so confident. You can just see how confident Farah is, but he just doesn't want to put it out to the world because he doesn't want the karma bus to hit him. So it's great to see. I mean, Vitality, they lost in groups, but it doesn't matter in the end. Obviously, they will have to play a #1 seed, but it's single elim in the playoffs, so they'll be happy with themselves. And he said they've already forgotten about that oxygen loss, and they can move on, and they're still, for mine, the tournament favourites going into the playoffs.
But that is it now for Group A. When we come back from this break, Group C will get underway.